people? Welcome back. It's your boy Ness, friends of the program, season 1, episode 8. This is the Kobe edition, the Kobe episode. And before we start, you guys see the shirt? I had to rock the Kobe, the young Kobe in the front, the older Kobe in the back. But it was a must. It was a must for me to have my boy on episode 8 for various reasons. But the biggest one is because ever since I met him, I always saw something in him. I saw a lot of myself in him, and he's a lot younger than me. And I've always, ever since we met, I always called him the Kobe to my Jordan. So it was important for me to have him here on episode 8. I know a lot of you guys are gonna know who he is because he's all over Instagram. I see him every single day in my sponsored posts. He's out there doing his thing. This is my boy, my little bro, Angel Ramirez, Mr. Chico International. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, man, I just want to say thank you, dog, because I know you make the drive. You're from the great city of Fontana, right?
Fontana.
IE. Yeah. And I know it's about 115 degrees out there right now.
It's hot.
So it's a mission. I get it. But thank you very much, man.
All day.
Before we jump into it, bro, is there anybody famous from the from your hood?
I mean, I don't know what you consider famous, but I mean, there's a lot of local legends for sure. I know Hit Boy does like his beat stuff, but
he's big.
I can't really say anybody too famous. I think what's his name from Fontana? Travis Barker, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's a couple. All right, I not that I know of, not too many.
All right.
But there's a lot, but not too many. But like I said, there's a lot of local legends and people that are doing their thing in Fontana. So shout out everybody in Fontana.
Dope.
For sure.
I've known you for about 3-4 years now.
But I like longer, right?
It feels longer. It feels a lot longer, right? But I don't know the backstory. I don't know your backstory that much. I think the last time we actually kicked it was for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Which is almost a year ago, and it was game over for me real early, so we didn't really get to kick it. But talk to me, man. How was Angel? And by the way, I know when I first met you, you used to go by Angel Boy.
Yep.
And then now, you want to be called Mr. Chico.
Yeah.
And where did that come from?
That was just a rebranding. You know what I mean? So for anybody out there, sometimes you got to do a little rebrand, remarket, and then
because I feel like a lot of people still know you as Angel Boy.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's my real name, so that's always gonna be there for sure. But as far as the brand, yeah, that was just a little rebrand that ended up working.
Okay, no doubt. I thought you might have gotten it from Scarface.
No. Well, there is the background to that too. So
okay.
We
could get into it.
Yeah,
if you want.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
we could get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But yeah, talk to me, man, because I don't know, and I know a lot of my viewers, the listeners, they're not going to know, but they're going to want to know, how was Angel growing up? How was he as a kid? How was he in middle school? How was he in high school? Just growing up, how was Angel Boy?
I mean, growing up, I guess I was, kind of on the reserve side. I'm still real chill right now, but just always had that little hustler spirit, man, even from a young age, So I was in junior high doing my thing, making sales, and I started off in the weed game like a lot of my peers and people around me.
Okay.
And but it just always came really natural, bro. Like man, junior high making my first sale, and I just grew into that,
Okay.
That
now,
little spirit right there.
Do you feel like you got that from friends, from family, from your, from parents, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, because at that point, man, it was a young age. So obviously, there was people around me. All my friends were older, all my relatives were gang members, so I was definitely exposed to other things at a young age. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, and then just to get back on that, it just kind of came natural. I ended up at a young age getting like a really good a deal. And then I was like, hold up, let me try to do this little thing real quick. And,
You were doing it
and
at school,
yeah,
in
yeah,
middle school.
yeah. I was
Oh
hustling and
shit.
hustling in middle school, bro. So, like I said, I just had that that
Hustler mentality.
hustler vibe, even at a young age.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And how did that go, man? Because shit, junior high is still early, man. But
Honestly, man, I'm just let's just say this, man. I'm lucky I didn't get into like trouble and do stuff because I was definitely holding some things that I shouldn't have been holding at a young age.
okay,
Let's just say that. So thankfully,
and
yeah, I never really got into too much trouble, but that's always because I was always real low key too. Wasn't out there, like doing all the crazy stuff, but
right.
just about the business, but low key.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Because when people ask me, like, where do I get my hustler mentality from? Like, yeah, I used to do the same thing in junior high, but I was selling candy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I went straight to the tree.
yeah,
Huh?
you went like, whew, you went straight to it, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up, man. So dope. And then during that time when you were in junior high, high school, this culture that we're in, right? This culture that we love. Like, how did you fall in love with that?
Um, Man, like hip hop culture is that?
Yeah,
Like, just in
the
general,
whole,
right?
general,
In
the
general,
whole culture, hip hop, whether it was hip hop, whether it was sneakers, but
yeah.
whatever it was,
So,
graffiti, whatever it was, like, how did
well,
you?
as far as like hip hop, my pops he got me into hip hop. So this goes even back, when I was younger, being a kid. He used to drive around in his whip, and he had the system, so he probably had like 212s or 215s in
Yeah,
the back, and I'm all little and like
you in the back,
bouncing around in the
back.
back,
Okay, yeah,
but that sparked it to where I was like, damn, what is this? I'm like, oh shit, this shit knocking.
right.
And then, it went a little bit further to where, he would let me check out his CD collection. Now, back then, I didn't know what I was looking at, but now I could remember that like vividly. And, his collection was like Too Short, Ice Cube, Digital Underground. And he would let me pick the CD based off, and I would pick just based off the cover, like, oh, this one looks dope. Let's listen to this, not even knowing what I was really picking.
Right.
But it was like Ice Cube, Too Short,
Damn,
So yeah, so it's really dope. So shout out Pops right
so
there.
it started early for you.
Yeah,
You
I was in
were,
it.
would you say like, what age was this?
Oh,
like
bro, that
4 or
was
5?
yeah, that
something
was
like somewhere around there.
that was like 4 or 5, and
Yeah,
then going past that,
because I did see a picture you posted recently, and you were little, you were small,
Oh, yeah,
and you
yeah.
were right. You took a picture right next to a,
It's a
I don't know,
Lolo.
it was like a 67, 68,
68,
Impala
68,
on some
yeah.
Dayton's. And then I was like, damn, this dude's been around. He's been around the culture for a
Yeah.
minute.
And that goes back to my pops,
Yeah.
my mom and pops, they were part of that culture, and then all my uncles, they had the Lolos or the gang members, so they were sitting switches, so we were always at the car shows,
What's
so
up?
yeah, it was just like I said, all of that was just natural, and I was kind of just birthed into it,
Oh man, at what point, you were birthed into the culture? At what point did you say, man, like, I want to create something for myself, or let
Yeah,
me start buying this, or let me,
yeah,
but more importantly, like, because you're a creator,
yeah.
did that come at an early stage in your life, or was it later on where you began to think, maybe, I like this shit so much, let me create some of my own merch?
Yeah, no, that's definitely goes kind of to around that same time frame, like junior high. I started breakdancing, so I had some homies that got me into breakdancing, and so that's hip hop. Get
You're
into
covering like the elements,
yeah, yeah,
all the
yeah,
elements right
exactly.
now. Yeah.
That's part of hip hop. So even that, I was just
Did you do graffiti?
so yeah, so I started off hip hop, and then breakdancing, and then they give you a little name, had a little name, and
Which
then
was?
Man, I think like the first name I ever had, bro, was like Tech or something. But
What is
that's
it? Tech?
Tech,
Okay.
Tech. You know, like technical. You know,
Yeah.
so I guess I always been real techie with it too. But yeah. So that was just a little phase, little name, and but once again, that was graffiti. So then now we're drawing on things. Now we're piecing. Now we're getting black books, and you see everybody writing on the streets, and you start seeing who's who, other artists. You start meeting other artists, and that's what started that creative spark of, oh shit, let me do this, or
Right.
like, hey, I could do a design, or you know what I mean,
Right.
create something, and then it kind of turned into all of this
All
for
of
sure.
everything else. Yeah. What do you think about what them dudes did over in downtown LA?
Oh yeah,
The
oh yeah. Nah,
skyscrapers.
that was
That
dope,
was
bro.
dope,
Hey,
right?
I wish I could have got a spot,
Man, that
man.
shit was
Yeah,
sick, man.
sure.
To
I
me,
wish I could have got a spot up there.
that shit
Yeah, that was
went
dope.
viral, man. That shit was dope.
Yeah.
All right, so man, you covering all the elements, man, pretty much. At what point did you actually create something where you said, "Damn, like I created this"?
Yeah, well, I mean, for creating right there, same time all around like junior high, middle school. I'm sorry, high school. That's when I got introduced to actually making clothing. So I had a couple boys; they were already doing it, and they uh they had the silk screen machine. So we started doing that. My boy Mario taught me. Pepe, they were right there, and they pretty much introduced me to it, and then we kind of started building from there. So we had like a single press, moved up to the double press, triple press. But
So you know how to do the whole process
exactly,
from
yeah,
beginning to end when it comes
man,
to screen
yeah,
printing?
yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
man. We
okay.
know a lot of processes, bro. So it's just, but that was like my introduction to that. And
Did you create merch for other people, or were you
No,
guys creating merch for
yeah,
yourselves?
we were doing our own merch, So
Okay.
we were selling merch, flipping that, and then just investing back into the business. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, it was dope, bro. So that was my introduction to
How did it feel?
creating.
How did it feel, man, when you created that first piece? Like that first, was it t-shirts?
Yeah,
I'm
t-shirts.
assuming
Yeah,
you,
t-shirt.
like when you created that first t-shirt, like
Yeah.
you guys designed it and you guys produced it and you guys are out there trying to hustle it.
Man, it was a trip, bro. I just and also too, that's I love the process. I love seeing all of these different brands come together, or just different finished product come together. I love the process. But for that, yeah, man, just being young and like, oh shit, we got the design. Like, oh shit, now we got to go get the film for the silk screen. Oh shit, then they burn it on the film. Then you blow it out with the like. It was just mind blowing, So it was dope.
like especially like nowadays with all the new machinery, man. Like back in the day, and even not now, like when people screen print, man, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's not that easy, man.
Shout out to all the screen
yeah,
printers,
I know
bro.
my screen printer, he's been doing it for like 35, 40 years.
It's an art.
And it's an art, man.
It's an art.
Because yeah, he makes miracles, man. Like there's times when people send him, he doesn't have a brand, he prints for other people, but
Yeah.
and companies, but they'll send him art and he has to, clip this, do just in order for it to work so he's able to print.
Yup.
So yeah, man, that thing
dope.
is definitely an art, man. Okay, so were you still selling at this time? Were you still doing the other thing, the weed thing, or no?
Oh yeah, man. I mean,
Or was that like the weed thing was getting you the money to do this other project?
I don't want to get into all that, but we definitely have, man. I've done 9 to 5 jobs, bro. Done hustling, done both, done 3 things. Now we doing a million things, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I left that and started pursuing this full time for sure.
Okay. So you can easily say that your parents had a big part of the influence on why you love everything when it comes to, music, when it comes to sneakers, when it comes to this whole culture. You could easily say that your parents influenced you a lot.
1000%.
Is there a one thing or anybody else that you saw where you were like, damn, like he's doing it, or like she's doing it, or like look at the product they're producing, like I want to do that.
Yeah, are you talking about like back in the day, or even right now?
Even right now, like moving on,
Yeah.
after this whole,
Well, just we could tell as far as like back in the day, like little inspirations, bro, that I got, or not even little, but bigger inspirations, and even to this day, like there was a cat, Rick, his brand was BBI, but that was like the first time I knew of somebody that had their own clothing brand, like in my hood, like that was from my city. So that was like an inspiration. And then I have another boy, Touch. Those were like the first two people that I knew, like, nah, these guys are like doing some shit in the fashion game.
right.
And like I said, it was just inspiration. And then now, I mean, bro, I'm inspired by everybody, bro. You, all the, bigger brands, all my people have brands. Like you already know, like all our homies have
Brands,
some type
right,
of shit popping
right.
or warehouses popping. So, I'm inspired by everybody. Even my cousin Jay Paid. He's one of the goats in just like branding in general. But like, yeah, all of you guys, bro. I'm inspired by
And
my
it's
surroundings.
right, and it's dope. It's dope to be able to do that, and not feel a certain way, but instead feel inspired.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of times, man, you do, and obviously you've been in the game some time, and you know that there's haters out there, and but man, it's like,
Yep.
it's always good to use people that are doing bigger and better things as inspiration, man.
You have to,
Because you
bro.
have to, man. You have
Yeah.
to. Now let's move into the main reason why you're here. When I met you, I believe you needed some artwork. I think we met through Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
You needed some artwork. We created the art. Then I saw that you had a direct to garment a printing machine, and your videos, picture, everything just looked dope to me, right? Because I was already
Presentation is
presentation,
everything.
right? So, but everything, I was already in the market for a direct to garment, a DTG machine, but the ones that I had seen weren't up to par. When I saw yours, so I hit you up and I said, "Yo, can you run some samples?" And I think you ran like some Nipsey samples for me, and then I was like, "Damn, these shits are dope. They were
Fire.
vibrant, the color, everything, right?" So you inspired me too to say, you know what? Because at the time I was transitioning from screen printing to saying, you know what? Let me try to see if I could do this DTG thing, and it made it easy for me to cop a machine, based off of that. And I know throughout the years you moved on from actually producing, using the DTG, to actually servicing machines, to actually, buying and reselling machines, to now doing all this, um, which is totally different. How did that happen? Or did you like this part of it more than producing, or was it just something that kind of fell into your lap?
No, I love the whole process of building the actual brands. Like that's my core passion, is putting all of this stuff together. And then for the machines, yeah, that's there. And I have that as just, a lot of people were tapping in like, hey bro, well, what do you use for this? Or what do you use for that? And everybody was just hitting me up for the machines. And another little something sparked up, like, damn, I need to be selling the machines. I'm sending people to other companies, when they could be buying directly from me. So it was just a switch, man. Everybody was hitting me up like, yo bro, what do you use? I want to do this. All right, cool, let's
Because
do
I
it.
know you were going to different states, helping people set up their machines,
Yeah.
like servicing them,
Yeah,
doing all that,
we
right?
still do
Oh, you
that
still
right
do that?
now. Yeah,
Okay.
we still do that right now, bro, with
Um,
all these machines.
so okay, so then you went from actually, and I'm sure you guys still do,
Yeah.
but now you're more on the distribution side.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did you hook up with a company? Is it a partnership, or how is it? Like Mr. Chico International. How did you get to this, to
Yeah.
be able to sell all these different machines?
Not a partnership, but I do got plugs. So that's the whole thing. When we're in this game, you start networking and you start building up your plugs, man. And that's how that whole thing met the right people at the right time, and we was able to get it popping. But
Okay, it's good
yeah.
you said it's not a partnership.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
good, bro. It's
Yeah.
it's it's always good. I don't know if you if you watch I think it was my first one my first episode. Yeah, I had and I always tell people the same thing.
Oh yeah, I heard tell.
You know,
Yeah.
So let's talk about the different the different products you offer, and then the different machines.
Yeah.
Right, because you offer offer the service.
Yeah.
But you also sell the machinery, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So basically, what we do is we specialize in building brands. You know what I mean?
So what does that mean exactly? Let's say it's me. I have an idea, right? I have an idea. I'm not a designer, but I have all these. I'll have a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
I come to you. What happens next?
So obviously, artwork is everything. So we're gonna make sure you got your design ready, something that you want to put on any of these, materials.
Do you guys offer design services?
Yeah,
also?
we do. Okay. Yeah, we have a whole design team. But yeah, basically how you asked, like, if I didn't have anything, basically whatever you see right here, you can have your own ski mask, you can have your own bag, your own box, anything like that. But yeah, that's what we specialize in, right there.
And then all these are different machines, or is it just one machine that's making everything, or is it different machines making the ski mask, making the bags, making the stickers, everything else?
Every machine is a little different. For example, the ski mask, this is done with a sublimation machine. You print it out on some paper, transfer it over to the fabric. Then you have your templates. You could do your cutout and sew it. Now you got your ski mask. These are stickers right here that we have. So if you wanted to do die cut stickers, banners, a number of different things with that. You could do that with our sticker machines. We have those on deck. We got some lighters over there that's done with UV DTF. So
the actual, like the labeling.
Yeah.
The labels, right?
Yeah,
okay.
the labels. So those lighters right there, that's done with UV DTF. And basically, you could just place it on there, you peel it off, and you're just left with the image. So there's no need to actually cut around the image.
Okay, it does it for you.
When you peel it off, you're gonna go ahead and just have the image there.
Okay, so if someone doesn't have the funds, let's say, to buy the machine, or they don't want to buy the machine, but they want the service, you guys offer that service. They just they send you the artwork, you guys do the work for them, you ship it out, and
exactly.
And then you say you don't even have to cut them out; they're already.
Exactly. So when you peel it on there, you press it on and just peel, and then you're left with just the image. So that's DTF. And another thing you got up there is you got some other packaging. It's called direct print packaging. A little sample right here. So it's like front and back, but this is also really hot. A lot of people get their custom packaging done with us. So same thing, bro. It's have your artwork. Make sure you have like your front and back. We're gonna send you a mock-up. And then we could get your.
So like this, what is this for? This one right here.
This is for anything, bro. I mean, some people might put weed in it, but this is for anything, bro. You could put anything in whatever packaging. So
if someone has let's say they sell, I'm going back to candy.
Yeah.
Right.
I do packaging for people that have candy, bro. So you could do anything with this packaging.
So this is a different machine though. This one is different than the sticker machine, different than the sublimation, right?
They're all a little different. And then same thing, like we got a little smaller box up there. There's different boxes that you can do. And once again, when you have the artwork, you have your templates, and we could build it up for you. That's one of the things that. And
do you guys help with setting up the artwork?
Yeah,
because a lot of times I remember, like when I wanted to start creating, they would send me templates, and I'm like, man, like how it's done by panels, and I'm like, damn. Now I know how to do it, but back then it was difficult, so I'd have to go back to the company and say, I have the art, but can you guys help me set it up? Is that something you guys can do also?
That is something that we do, and that's actually like one of my favorite parts, believe it or not, is just I'm really hands-on with the entire process. So when somebody reaches out to build a brand, I'm like, nah, bro, your design's gonna come out hard. What do you want? You want to do bags? You want to do your mask? What we have the artwork. We could break it down. We could do different things, and then being able to pull up the mock-ups and show them, like, look, bro, this is how it's gonna look. It's just like I said, I love the process, bro.
So what is the box? What is that machine? What is that called?
That's a direct print. So you print directly on a sheet,
Yeah.
and then you move it over to a cutter, and then the cutter
Oh, so it's a
cuts out.
process.
Yeah, the cutter cuts around the actual box like a cutout, and then there's another part on there that's a crease wheel, and that's what makes all the creases on there, so you're able to do your folding.
Oh,
So
okay, dope. So
yeah,
is that, speaking of boxes, and I know you guys are looking at this box and you guys are probably like, damn, this
yeah.
shit is dope. Um, by the way, we're working on a collab. It's gonna drop soon, and it's gonna be a t-shirt because obviously that's how we met. But the packaging is gonna be this. It's gonna be a Wheaties box. Like we flipped a Wheaties box, so it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Because I remember when I sent you the art for this. I sent you the flat art,
Yeah,
and then you set it up.
yeah.
So it is something that I just didn't at the time. I didn't have enough time to set it up for you. I just said, look, I got the art ready. I
was
sent
like,
it to
send
you.
it, and I'll show you how it's gonna look.
The crazy thing to me was how fast this thing was produced.
Yeah.
It was like I think I sent you the art on a Sunday, and then I think Monday evening you sent me videos of the box already done.
Yo.
So it is something where if someone comes to you and they need something right away, it's something that you guys as a service can provide.
Yeah, man, it's quickly. And then so even when just bouncing back off, the speed process, I got the template. I hit you. First thing I did was hit you. I was already, flipping, seeing how I was gonna flip this box and just going through random boxes. MJ came up. I was like, oh, okay, this Wheaties box would be dope.
Yeah.
Thought of you, and then I hit you, and then you were quick with I was like, hey, bro, I think this will be dope for the show. Let's collab on a box and just have it on display. And same thing, bro. That same night, you were already like cooking,
On it, yeah.
And so that's for everybody that's watching. That's how easy it is that we can create something. So what you have in your head, we could bring it to real life. You know what I mean?
So when you say you're like a one-stop shop, or you help create brands, this is exactly
your brand could be on any one of these.
Like they don't necessarily have to buy the machines. They can come to you and you help them. Whatever type of packaging it is, or custom gear or stuff like this, stickers, all this other stuff.
Even to like how you said they could come and get custom. A lot of the stuff we do online is custom DTF. So you could send us your artwork, print your size or select your size, upload your artwork, and then you're gonna have a whole roll of transfers, which is what's hot right now too, is because everybody wants to do their own brand, which is dope. Everybody should do their own brand. And it's never been easier, bro. All you need is some heat transfers in a heat press, and you can really get shit popping.
And I think like at pop-ups or carnivals, shit like that, it's easy to take your blanks.
Oh yeah.
Take your heat transfers, take a heat press, and then just sell merch for $30 all day, like t-shirts for $30 all day.
Spot too, bro.
And it's on the spot. You don't have to print. You don't have to take. You just have a ton of blanks, whatever size they need. You pull it up, and then you heat transfer it in minutes.
That works.
Yeah, man. So how do you like when it comes to apparel? How do you like direct to garment, to screen printing, to transfers?
Bro, I love all of them, bro. This is embroidery, so I love embroidery, bro. It's just, I guess it all depends on the design to where should we do this DTG or should we do this silk screen? It also, the artwork plays a big part in that too. But man, I love all of them, bro. I love all of them.
I think each one, like you said, the design really tells which route to take.
Exactly.
A full color print, maybe you want to go the DTG route. A one color design, maybe you want to get a screen print and so on. That's dope, man. And I see you're doing shows now too.
Oh yeah,
right.
Shows.
You got any upcoming shows?
Yeah, we got Las Vegas coming up, Printer United. So be on the lookout for that. We got something special. Might have to do with boxes.
And I think you were saying, or I don't know if I saw it on the last show you did, or you were talking about it, but there's a new machine that you guys are releasing?
Yeah, so new machine that we got still has to do with like the boxes and stuff. So just be on the lookout, man, and be on the lookout for
So
that.
so
And
it's Las Vegas coming up. How do
yeah,
you like that? How do you like doing that show life? I mean, Vegas is dope,
yeah,
but when I mean, I'm sure they have them all over the place.
yeah. No, the show life is dope, bro. But even before we doing that, like we was already moving too, bro. So I've been bouncing around, so we get it.
Yeah, man. What what goals do you have? Like, where do you see Mr. Chico International? And I still need to know, like how did that come about, the
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
Because but how, where do you see Mr. Chico International in 5 years, in 10 years? You know,
Um, well, hopefully, I mean, just keeping this same momentum, staying ambitious and driven, and hopefully we could keep going up. So that's one. Another thing is obviously I would love to figure out how we could give back to the community, and do things like that. Not just my community, but other communities as well. So in the next 5 to 10, hopefully we could get to that level, man, where we're just elevating and then but also giving back. So I think that would be dope.
and how do you see the technology? I'm sure you're deep into this, and how do you see the technology moving? Let's say in 5 years or in 10 years,
Man, I can't even
because
honestly, bro.
I'm gonna say it like this: like, it's become so easy. Like, for someone to say I want to create a brand,
Yeah,
it's become so easy for them compared to 10 years ago,
back in the
20 years
day.
ago.
Yeah.
Where do you see it 5 years from now or 10 years from now?
Man, I mean, just we're talking machinery, bro.
Yeah,
Everything is always being updated, bro. So I can't even imagine, bro, in like 5 to 10 years what type of machines we really gonna have. But I know it's gonna be crazy, bro, because the process is getting easier, how you said, bro. So it's like it's about time, process, production. So I can't even imagine how quick things are gonna be, just for
uh,
all of the machines.
right. Um, are these machines being made here, or are they overseas and then they're
They're
getting shipped here?
no, yeah, they're from China for
Okay.
sure.
Say I come to you and I say, yeah, I want to start making my own boxes. I want this machine, right? How long would it take for me to have that machine after we do the
Bro,
deal?
once the invoice is paid, bro, you pick it up same day, bro. We have all these machines in stock. You know what I mean? So it's gonna take longer for us to figure out a day of install for you to actually be like, hey, when can I pick up my machine? Like we have them in stock.
Okay.
So
And then
that's the good thing,
do
is
you
and we're local too.
okay, local in
Yeah, and SoCal. Yeah,
okay. And then do you guys have a showroom? Like, if
yeah,
people are
yeah,
interested,
yeah. We
where
have
these
a
machines are set up and you guys are
exactly,
showing them how to make this, how to make this, how to make that.
exactly.
Is there a showroom where they can
Yeah, we have our showroom in El Monte.
okay.
It's Los Angeles area. So anybody ever wants to tap in, DM, all that good stuff, and we could set an appointment for sure. You could
Man.
come see everything like running in person.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of times
Yeah.
it looks dope like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you want to see it. You want to
Want to
actually
see it
see,
running.
and then
Yeah.
two, you want to make sure that you're gonna be able to learn how to run this machine, or you're gonna want to run the
Exactly.
machine. Because that's what happened to me too, man. With DTG machines, like it just happened. Like, stopped screen printing, got DTG machines, but then I got tired of printing. Then what happens is you need to hire people to do that, right? So then you have to hire people to do that so you can, like, for me, my love is art.
Art.
I need to be in front of a computer. But yeah, like, sometimes you really have to look at the machine and say, you know what, nah. Like for me, I don't know how to screen print,
Yeah.
but it was because of that. Like, I saw the process and I said, nah, that's not for me.
And that's
You
what's
know?
cool too about all the people that do tap in and the people that do buy the machines. That's one of the questions that I ask them, like, what are you trying to do more of? And then I can be, okay, you need this machine, or you don't even need that, you just need this. So it's never like, oh, you got to get a machine. Like there's always routes, and I love helping.
Depending where you want to take it,
Yeah,
where you want to take
exactly.
your brand.
And I love helping people, find other routes and lanes that they could do, whatever it is they need to do, even without buying a machine.
Man, that is dope, man. So yo, let's talk about the name.
Got you.
Because even now, like on my phone, I still have you as Angel Boy, and I know you switched it up. It wasn't from Scarface?
Yeah. Well, the whole Chico.
Because I remember us like sometimes we'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Chico?" And
the whole thing comes from obviously that's my favorite movie. So Scarface, the world Chico and everything in it. So that's always been like one of my favorite scenes. But
I didn't want to cut you off, but I just thought of it. It was funny. I was watching another podcast with Spice One. I don't know if you know who that is. He's he's in the Bay.
Yeah, Bay.
And he was saying they named him. That's not his real name, but his dad, when he was born, he was like, damn, he looks Mexican.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, this is Chico right here. So everybody calls him Chico, even it's Spice One, but everybody calls him Chico. But you got it off of the movie.
Yeah. So then I got it off the movie, and then I had just an idea for a rebrand, and just like I already had this character in mind, and I named the character Chico. So that's kind of where that came from. And then as far as, we started just doing drops and doing different designs. And then the Mr. Chico, that actually came from you, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, we give each other hard times in DMs, or we just messing around. I forget whatever it was at that time. We were just going back and forth, and then I was probably getting on your nerves, I like to bug him, I'm always hitting him up, like,
but
what
he
you
does.
doing? Like I'm on it, but
he's a lot younger than me, so he knows how to piss me off when he wants to.
So it was one of those times, and then you just responded like, you know what, you're something else, Mr. Chico, and I was like, it has a nice ring, bro. But like I said, I already had like a character and then like a Chico thing.
Shit.
And then I just threw the little Mr. in front of that. And it just worked. And like I said, at the time, it was just a little rebrand, and it is what it is now.
Well, shit, man, you're lucky I'm not a fan of partnerships, man, because if not, I'd be asking you for some type of percentage.
Yeah,
but no, it's all good, man. You can keep it. You can keep the 100.
Yeah.
So every show, what I like to do is, obviously I have my guest on here now. I'm asking the questions. But every show I like to flip the mic to my guest so they can ask me a question. This is that time. We call it Ayo Ness, because a lot of people are like, Ayo Ness, what's up with this?
Dope.
So I'm gonna flip the mic to you. You get to ask me a question, and I'm gonna answer it as truthfully as I want.
Cool. Well, I mean, I know we just touched on Scarface, so that's my favorite movie, and I know another one of the reasons why we hit it off too is because I realized that was your favorite movie. So it was like, we were always able to reference lines or just bullshit about it. But I guess my question is like, what was it for you in Scarface? Like, what is inspiring you from that movie to present it and use it like in your artwork and just different? It draws a creativeness to you too from that. So what is it about the character or the story that that's just like your number one?
So, man, it's crazy, bro. Like, it gives me chills. I watch Scarface at least twice a month, and there's times when I'm and I'm sure you've had it. A lot of us creatives, we get into this creative block where we want to create, but something, whatever it is, whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't allow us to create. So what I do is I go to the living room, that's the first thing I do. I look for Scarface, I turn it on, and I start watching it.
And then you instantly just
it triggers. Fuck, I don't know, like it just it gives me the chills, dog. And I think for me is one, it was like a Latino, this fool came with nothing, right? And he didn't give up, bro. Like it was, he's over there fucking doing dishes, but he's looking at the window. He's like, those motherfuckers across the street at the club, that needs to be me.
Yep.
right? So it was one of those things where it was just that constant, like, not giving up, like, you know, it was just one thing after another, and then having the balls to do it. Like, he just wasn't afraid to just, you know, he just fucking did it, you know? And, you know, I mean, the movie's crazy, but just that meaning of not giving up, and then becoming something.
Coming from the bottom.
And then, right, that's what, every time it hits me, bro. And I'm like, fuck, I need to, and it's crazy too, man, because yeah, I could be in that block, like that creative block, and I'm sitting in front of the computer and just nothing is, and I'm like, you know what? And sometimes you fight it as a creative, you're trying to get this work done. You have art, you know, art that's due, whatever it is, and you just can't do it, or you're trying too hard and it looks fucking whack. So now I've learned to just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna turn this shit off. Let me go to the living room. Let me watch Scarface. And then it just triggers, man. That's that, I don't know. It just creates something like that fucking monster back.
Automatic inspiration.
And then I'll watch like a good hour. You know, that movie's like 3 hours, dog. So I'll watch like a good hour of it, and I'm like, boom, I'm back in it. You know, I'm back in the lab. So yeah, for me, it was the story, obviously, you know, starting at the bottom with nothing, bro. And you know, and like, I was born in El Salvador, bro. Like, I came here when I was young. My parents came here too with that same ambition, you know, like, we're going to come to the United States. We're going to find work. We're going to do this. And then I seen that in them. My parents hustled. So there's a reference that ties them together. There's a connection. So then that's one of the reasons, man, why, you know, that's my all-time favorite movie, man. And as you can see, I mean, I got the shit everywhere, dog. Like, anything Scarface, man, like, I usually collect. So, but yeah, it's just it's the story of him coming up with nothing and making something, not giving up, and that's where it's at, man.
That's sick, bro.
But and it's dope too, that I think that as we, you know, we got to know each other, we found out that was our favorite movie, you know. But yo, we're coming towards the end of the show, and I think we covered everything. I'm not sure if you want to go over some of this shit again, but I just need you to let them know how they can get a hold of you. Let them know your socials, your website. And speaking of websites too, I was on your website and I noticed you guys can create, like, when you say you guys build brands.
Yeah.
Not only the merch or the machines, but you guys can do the back end part of it, because I saw you guys actually, you can create websites for them also, right?
We do it all, bro. So just depending on what it is that you need, we could get you situated, bro, the right way. But for you know, anybody trying to reach out, you know, I have Instagram, Mr. Chico International. The website is chicointernational.com. And yeah, bro, just tap in.
And then they can go to you know, hit you up if they want to check out the machines, or, you know, they want to go to the showroom.
I have my number on the website, on the Instagram, email. You could tap in and we could get you locked in.
Well, shit, man. Listen, thank you, dog. I know it was a drive, and I know it's fucking hot out there, man. Thank you for making the drive out, man. I appreciate it.
All day.
I know it's always dope to have my peers come and share their stories, man. So I appreciate you making the drive, dog.
Hey, thank you for having me,
man. Thank you, man.
This was fun, bro.
Yeah, and just reminder, just, you know, just keep watching. You know, just
collab on the way.
Collab is on the way.
Don't forget, that's about to be crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, thank you guys. God bless, and we'll see you guys on the next one.